Hey, Lily Wong here, and this is Fly with Lily podcast. Life can throw us unexpected curveballs of all kinds, from the loss of a loved one, career change, or family problems. For me, it was the loss of my mother and my marriage. The worst experiences of my life led to the most euphoric learning experience and life journey I ever could have imagined. My journey let me dive within myself, overcome my fears, drop disempowering beliefs, and remove mental limitations. From motivation, language learning, business, nomadic life stories or world travel, to just plain dropping your baggage. Fly with Lily podcast offers the inspiration you need to open yourself to this world of opportunities without limits.
Forgiveness doesn't change the past, but it frees the future. Growing up, this memory was undeniably the most painful chapter of my life, and it deeply shaped the person I am today. In junior high, I was an outstanding student, almost always ranking first in the entire school. Yet, I didn't get into my dream school, the Kaohsiung Girls Senior High. I eventually chose Fengshan High School and passed the exam to enter the gifted English program. Those days were wonderful. Each of my classmates had their own unique personality, and the cheerful atmosphere helped me open up in ways I rarely had before. I finally had more time to study the English I loved, and we had a humorous, open-minded homeroom teacher, Gilian. She cared deeply for us. She even invited the whole class to her wedding and organized a trip from Kaohsiung to Taipei to visit universities, an experience that broadened my world. In that class, we became inseparable friends with Jenny. She was lively and outgoing, the center of attention, while I was more introverted, yet I tried my best to be close to her, learning confidence through her. Through her, I met Zach, the class president next door. Tall and delicate-looking, he stood out instantly, and he was the boy Jenny had a crush on. As time passed, I came to learn about his life. His mother had passed away when he was young, leaving his father to raise him and his sister alone. Despite his hardships, he remained disciplined and hardworking, always ranking near the top. I admired him deeply, and we gradually became friends who shared everything. Coincidentally, our birthdays were only 11 days apart. On his birthday, Jenny and I celebrated with him. For mine, I didn't expect much, yet he still gave me a gift, a baseball cap, unwrapped, placed on the floor outside of my classroom. I didn't think much of it at that time. Boys weren't always thoughtful. But a few days later, he posted an article on the school's online forum, calling me vain, even claiming that no one in class liked me. As my eyes moved across those cold, merciless words, my heartbeat grew heavy. I couldn't believe that in the eyes of someone I trusted, I had become that kind of person. The hurt and humiliation swallowed me whole. I spiraled into self-doubt. Every day after school, I would hide in the bathroom and cry under the sound of running water. This lasted until one day, our teacher said in class, "If anyone feels uncomfortable here, you may apply to transfer." It was like seeing an escape route from my pain. I immediately called my father. I expected him to question me or persuade me to stay, but he simply said, as long as you are happy. The next day, I submitted the transfer form, closing that chapter of darkness. This was not the first time I had experienced bullying growing up. I was ignored by friends in elementary school, again in junior high. Psychological wounds I didn't recognize as bullying until later. From these experiences, I learned one thing. The best revenge is becoming a better version of yourself. So when this happened again, I chose growth. I devoured books on personal development, especially Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. When I transferred to my new class, all girls, the environment was conservative, but it was a fresh start. I used what I learned, remembering names, showing genuine interest, and noting everybody's birthdays. Within months, I became one of the most well-liked students and was even elected class president. Every Monday, I stood on stage receiving awards for classroom cleanliness, right beside Zach, whose class also ranked first. Every time I stood next to him, my stomach twisted. I felt physically sick. Years passed. In senior year, he unexpectedly asked to speak with me. He handed me a handmade bracelet and said sincerely, "I'm sorry, I regret what I did. Seeing how much you've grown makes me happy for you." His words were sincere, but the wounds ran deep. I took the bracelet silently and walked away. When I told my dad, he gently said, "Forgive when you can." Though I was too proud to forgive, his apology softened something inside me. I moved on until years later, after my mother's sudden passing, I joined a personal growth workshop. One activity asked us to forgive someone who once hurt us. I couldn't think of anyone until his face appeared in my mind. I realized we now shared something in common. We were both children who had lost our mothers. Softly, I said the words, "I forgive you," and like sunlight, something inside me finally melted. When I returned home, I found his number in an old classmate book and called him. I simply said, "I just want you to know, I forgive you." He was silent for a moment. Our conversation was brief, but my heart felt lighter than ever. Forgiveness doesn't erase the past, but it releases us from being chained to it. And that day, I chose freedom.
This has been another episode of the Fly with Lily podcast. So what now? Go to flywithlily.com to download my gift for you to help work on your abundant lifestyle, or contact me directly for a consultation. This show takes a lot of work and planning, so if you enjoyed it, please consider a 5-star review on iTunes, following on Facebook and Instagram at Fly with Lily, or come up and give our crew a hug on the street when you are on your journey. Thanks for listening, and remember, life's curveballs can be your best opportunities.